Hey, welcome to Spirit Soul Sense, Information for Your Soul. I am Shiras, and I wanted to talk about living in fear and what that means. But I wanted to do it using Shira as an example. Shira is a cartoon on Netflix, and it's all about a fighter who realizes she's on the wrong side, and then she switches side to take the side of princesses who are fighting for the good of the world. And we see like her struggle, adapting to that, and then realizing where she's coming from, how did she get all these abilities. While she was on the dark, I want to say the dark side. I love Star Wars. While she was on the side of evil, I guess, and I do evil like this because I don't know. I don't like. Okay, so right, I'll get into what is evil, what is not. It's the same, I think, as fear, but evil usually has a different connotation than what I'm thinking, which is ego, fear, the devil, evil. Like I think all of those things are the same thing. But I know when you think of devil, you probably think of something that's red with horns. I used to think about the devil like that. I don't any longer, but it's all wrapped up in the same idea of fear. So Shira has a friend, actually someone who used to be her friend. They used to fight on the evil side together, and after Shira turned over to like this good side, this friend was feeling like really betrayed. How could you leave me over here and now I have to beat you? So in season 3 of Shira, this character's name is Catra, and Catra, I don't know, in this season she just seems to be the epitome of, I guess, evil. And I thought she's like the perfect example, perfect extreme of what it looks like to live in fear. So there's a few things that happen when you're living in fear, right? You think everyone is against you, you think you're not good enough or you're not worthy, and you have like this scarcity mindset, which is there's not enough for everyone. I have to be at the top. I have to fight my way to get what it is that I want or what I think I deserve. So Catra has all of these things going on. And so in the series, she starts out what appears to me as ambivalent. We meet her as an adult, or I think they're like teenagers in the series, and we get glimpses into her childhood, and we get to see that, you know, all these kids were like taken from their families, they were trained and forced to be fighters, and even so, there's still like a maternal figure, a paternal figure in the series and in her life, and she can never get like the approval or the validation that she's looking for. And so in a lot of families, there's this dysfunctional pattern. Kids don't get what it is they feel like they need. A lot of it is about perception, because I think everyone is doing the best they can. Some people are feeling miserably, right? We can think of our drug addicted parents or our parents who've caused trauma against their children, whether physical or sexual, who have done extreme harm, right? They themselves are doing the best they can. They are lacking a lot of resources and probably traumatized them own selves, but they're doing the best they can. So a lot of us end up having like these holes inside of ourselves that we feel like we need to fill. Katra definitely had like a gaping hole. I surmise that she feels very inadequate. She feels empty inside. She feels like she has no purpose. And so in order to feel important or feel like she's worthy, she really tries to impress the paternal figure and her maternal figure. The maternal figure completely ignores everything that she does, compares her very often to Shira. And so Shira has now become the object of her hates or her fear, because hate is like the manifestation of fear. And so by the time we get to season 3, all of this has been building. Shira has fully become Shira, accepted her role, is really fighting and winning against the bad side. And Katra is really feeling like, what am I going to do now? I think she feels sort of existentially that she's about to be erased. Like nothing she does matter. She doesn't matter. And so she's like going to disappear. So she feels like nothing. So she goes ahead and does very, very extreme, end of world destructive type things in an attempt to feel whole. Most of us don't do these extreme things. I think the closest comparison I can think to something extreme like that, like end of the world kind of thing, is what suicide bombers do. It's what mass shooters do. They are completely controlled by their fear, their ego, the devil. We all have a shadow side of us. We all have a voice in our head that tells us we're not good enough or negative things about ourselves. I think that's the core. Oprah says it all the time, like the core of everyone, right? We all want to feel like we're enough. We all want to feel worthy. And some people feel so overwhelmingly unworthy, overwhelmingly empty inside. And all of those things are like the opposite of God. I don't like to say even God as an opposite, because I think God is love and love has no opposite. Marianne Williamson says this all the time. If there was an opposite, it would be like this emptiness that people feel. All people have to do in order to stop feeling like that is to not seek validation from anyone. It's not about getting the right job or the right relationship or this accomplishment or impressing the right person in your life, whether that's a mother or a supervisor. Like, all of those things are not going to sustain your inside. It's not going to help you become worthy. If that mass shooter that we heard about in the news, because mass shootings happen almost every day in America. Every one of them don't make the news, but they happen. Like 3 or 4 people at one time or in one place are killed almost every day in America. Those people often kill themselves, get arrested. They are overwhelmed by fear. They're overwhelmed by this idea that nothing matters. There's no purpose in life. I am nothing. I am empty. All of those things are not true. Because if they tap into their relationship with God, they will realize they are full. They are enough and they don't have to do anything. It's one of the reasons why I love Christianity. Because Christianity has Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ will tell you you're forgiven. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anymore. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be sin-free. Jesus Christ will accept you as you are. And that's one of the reasons why I love that model for a path to God. I think it's a beautiful, like, leading the way to God. Because once you tap into this idea that, like, the universe is in you. You are part of the universe. Like, there's a bigger picture to everything. All of those people who are okay, and are they really okay? Probably not. But all of those people who end up killing so many people, hurting people. I mean, even if you're not killing anyone and you're just not living your best life, like you're out here living your life for someone else, no one will ever approve of everything that you do. We're human. I think it's part of the beauty of being human. There's no right way to do this thing. There's no wrong way to do this thing. And even if you fail, like, that's data. That's information for you to learn and grow. The bottom line is get good with God. That's really it. That's how you stop living in fear. That's how you stop thinking that there's not enough money, or I don't have enough friends, or my relationship isn't perfect enough. All of those things are based in fear. And so if you look at Catra's life, you can see the extremes of living in fear. But I think we can all take pieces away from her that can signal to us that maybe we can be a little bit more grateful for some of the things we have. I think gratitude work is an excellent way to connect with God. And then maybe we can realize and, like, sit with the idea that we're enough, that we're worthy, and, like, we're part of this bigger whole. Life is not meaningless. That's one perception of it. But, like, do you want the perception that's, like, morbid and I'm just gonna die any day? Or the perception that life is joyful? I can create whatever I want here on earth. I can manifest anything I want. I kind of like joyful more. I kind of want to live every day pretty happy. I kind of not want to dread driving in traffic, right? I used to dread driving in traffic. Now I'm like, I'm grateful I have a car. I'm grateful I have a job to go back and forth in traffic too. Like, there's so many things that can help me enjoy some of the things that are mundane in life, some of the things that are supposedly boring or part of the process. I think the process is the point of it. I think experiencing everything and being present in everything is the way to fully enjoy everything life has to offer. So watch Shira. Let me know what you think and if you see yourself in Catra at all. Thank you for watching.